to FullMetalOtaku. Anything and everything may play here is not really suitable for younger audiences. Please enjoy the video.
Welcome to this big, huge review called Ghost in the Shell from FullMetalOtaku. I know this is crazy. When you say Ghost in the Shell, are we doing the whole show? Hell no. We doing this motherfucker right here. Yes. I guess I'm going to read the little plot that they have for it. If I can do that. Can I do that?
What?
I will do that. Want me to read the plot?
Yeah.
A little side plot right here. Will you just paragraph right here? Okay. Oh, all right. Gosh. It should be okay. It's broadcasting live. Yay. Okay. In the year 2029, Major Motoko Kusanagi, an assault team leader of the Public Security Section 9, is assigned to capture an elusive hacker known as the Puppet Master. Her team, Batou, Ishikawa, and there's more on that team, that's where it listed, used triangulated to seek out the Puppet Master. Their suspect is a garbage man who believes he's going through a divorce and thinks you know where that goes from. Alright, so we're going to, I guess it's just explain the story. That was the first thing up here. So what do y'all think about the story so far? About the movie,
I believe it was actually well thought out, and like me, I've already told you, for those who don't have a very high understanding, would not be being able to follow it, which I was not able to, but I love the action scenes in it.
Yes, the action scenes were really good in this. As for following it, I followed it pretty well. It wasn't that difficult. Motoko had a little bit of problems trying to come to terms to who and what she was, and which is the main reason why she goes after the Puppet Master for her own personal reasons, besides the fact that Section 9's after him for worldly reasons.
Same thing. I mean, a really good story. No, I mean, if you're a fan of Ghost in the Shell, you will love the story about it. And other stuff like that. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention this director. Apparently, his name is something another Yoshi or something like that. I'm not very good with Japanese names. That happens, doesn't it? I guess we're
I
going to
don't know. I get pretty good at reading the names of people from Japan.
Why do I keep pressing the wrong browser? I don't know why I did that. I have one browser.
Should we sound off right now, like for who's here? Because I bet the audience doesn't know me.
Shit. Wow. Well, since we still we can still keep the story part of it, but we need to introduce ourselves. I don't know why I forgot about that. Well, first of all, we're going to mention some guys who are not even here. Give me a second.
I'm good.
I need to go to the thingamajiggy. See. Okay, where is it? Okay, groups. Groups is. Okay. Members. People who are not here today is Cinder, Ruji, Sakura, and the new guy who is the RJ's cousin, Justin, and Ruji's brother, Kura. But we might be doing another one tomorrow, probably a rant or something. We're doing a rant tomorrow because I know what we're ranting about tomorrow. I know exactly what we're ranting about tomorrow. Plus RJ said he'll give his full and his what he thought about it. So it makes sense. All right, with me today, well, I'm Matt Misfit. With me today is
TJ.
Okay, Heather. My name's Heather. Yeah.
Okay, so I guess since we went on to the characters, I guess we can talk about stories. I guess we can talk about the characters. All right, first character is the Major. What do you think about the Major?
She is someone I would never want to get in a fight with.
Of course not. She's like the baddest person in this entire show. No one wants to fight her because she never really loses.
The only way she lost was at the end where she kicks her own ass, but...
And see, I'd hang out with her, probably.
Yeah.
And do other things to her. But,
Of
but
course you would.
No, listen, she only left that to Batou.
Yeah, I think so too.
I still, have, one date with her. See how it is? Not cool. All right, and this is spelled wrong, but what about Batou? What do you think about Batou? Oh, before I say it, Major Kusanagi
He's my
is
role
one
model.
of the greatest female characters of all time.
I just want to put my input in. If y'all do get to second base on that date, do not get an HJ. It'll get ripped
Wait a
off.
minute, Aaron, he hasn't said anything about this movie, and we're talking about it.
Oh, what was your input on the movie, Dalton?
Well, hold on. What's his input on the story first?
Mainly, my favorite thing about this whole entire movie was the graphics. I loved how they made the robots look. I mean, the androids look. They made them look perfect. I actually try to draw them a lot. I love them.
By the way, before you continue, tell the audience who you are.
Oh, I'm Dalton. His brother.
Yeah, he's my bro.
I guess that's when I guess you're like one of those honorary members. Now, what is your thoughts on Major Kusanagi, Dalton?
Mine's kind of like Bubba's and y'all's, but
He wouldn't want to go on a date with her for obvious reasons.
like getting to second base or something.
Second base is like kissing, or is that third? Is that first base? Wait,
Well,
I've never been on a date, okay?
Well, whatever base involves getting the business done or whatever. I'm scared she might rip it off or like something.
You see where he's coming from, because he's talking about when she tried to rip the hood off the tank.
I mean,
Oh yeah, the TV.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was...
crazy shit.
That was bad.
So, since we talked about Major Kusanagi, we need to talk about the other badass character. Even though I did mention Motoko Kusanagi is
Batou.
the one of the greatest female characters of all time. Do you agree?
She was one of the greatest.
Or
Yeah.
female anime characters. I need to rephrase that before people start jumping down my throat on the comment section.
Yeah, female anime character, she's pretty good. She's
like
in the top 5 at least.
She's up there with Urza. Pretty
I
much.
put her before Urza, to be honest.
No, I said she's up there with Urza. I didn't say she's...
She's above Urza.
I still don't say Urza is first, though. I would probably go with somebody else like...
By the way, I just want to put this out there.
Um,
If the girl who you guys, I've been telling you guys I've been having trouble with is listening to this, let me tell you this again. There's no way Urza would win against Major Kusanagi.
it'd be an awesome fight, though.
Yes, it would.
Oh, shit, who's that character? There's somebody I'm thinking of, and I can't remember.
Oh,
Shit.
yeah. The guy who uses the revolver, I like his style. I would definitely stick with the revolver over a machine gun.
We haven't got to him yet. We're getting there. Well, next
Alright.
character is the other badass of the entire series of Ghost in the Shell, Batou. Batou is like one of my favorite characters ever.
Me and my brother, we noticed this. I don't know if you-
Batou could be like one of those guys you would want to hang out with just so he can, like, if somebody's picking on you or something, he will beat the shit out of you. Okay? Or that person.
Me and my brother noticed this, but I don't know if you guys know this. Do any of you know the name Duke Nukem?
Let's save that for
Sounds
later.
familiar.
Oh, is that continue to hear?
Duke Nukem. It was a guy from a video game. He literally
know.
looked.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
no.
Kind of. Yeah, he kind of looks like Batou. I'll give you that one there.
Yeah, but only in the hair and everything. Like the way his facial.
I'm
facial,
still trying to figure out if that's his eyes or is that like. So at first I always thought that was like some sunglasses or something.
I think they're basically his eyes, because he's an android, much like Motoko is, and and he said even though most of his body is android, he still has some human body parts, and I think the eyes is just part of the android of him.
Yeah.
Now there is a little rumor going around that there was one I don't know if anybody's actually. Dalton's probably noticed this in one of the episodes of Standalone Complex. Is he showed a picture of his so-called wife and children, and it was Kusanagi and a little girl or boy. I don't know what that was about. Heather, we lost you. Oh wait.
I'm here.
Sorry, I'm looking at something else. Okay, my bad. But do you guys know what I'm talking about?
I believe I do, but it's been a long time since I've seen the show.
Yeah, do they even air it on Adult
I
Swim?
can't remember which episode it was though, because I have it on DVD. I think it was
I don't remember that episode, though. I watched it on Toonami back when they had it as Adult Swim.
it was basically it's basically an episode about Batou.
Yeah, I probably missed a few episodes. Tried to rewatch it over and over to try and catch them all, but I don't know if I did.
But then the rumor came out that them two like each other, so I don't know.
Oh, in the movie, he does mention that he likes her older model better when she turns into the little kid.
No, at the end he said, this is all I could find, but it's not really my taste. It's a little bit too young for me.
Exactly.
Something like that.
He's talking about her
I
body.
don't know if that counts though. I don't know. See,
Well, as
what do you think about
close as he got in the movie with her, and the way he acted to how she
Saved her life and shit.
did her,
Yeah,
how
saved
she did
her life.
made her decision.
he didn't like the he really didn't like the idea of her jumping into water and even going into another person's cyborg.
Yeah. Also, Dalton, what do you think
Yeah,
about
he
Batou?
also hated the fact that she went and did things by herself, especially when it came to going against the puppet master.
But yeah. Now, Dalton, what do you think about Batou there?
Oh, sorry, I got distracted. I personally think he's one of my favorite characters because the whole entire eye.
Be cool now. Be cool now on that one.
Huh?
Yeah, be cool now because Batou's one of my favorite characters too. In anime history, not in the series, not just the series, in anime history. I put him up. I would. You would definitely have to put him up there with Ichigo as like the two baddest people on the planet of anime, right?
I think you're forgetting someone.
It goes Ichigo, Grimjaw.
Listen, I'm not putting Kisuke up there. Well, I could actually.
Who?
I could actually put Udara up there.
No, not them. Not them.
Not
Ichigo.
You can, though.
Ichigo.
You can,
Then
though.
there's Batou, but you're forgetting one person that you told me was your best favorite.
Grimjaw.
Spike,
No. Yes, Spike.
Jet. Well, Spike is cool, but he's not as badass as Jet. Okay.
Who was Jet again?
Jet was the other guy.
Yeah, the guy that had the scar on his face and
Oh yeah.
the metal arm.
Has any? Oh wait, never mind. This is about that. I wish we weren't
Okay.
broadcasting. I was about to ask you about another anime, but never mind.
All right. I'll save the puppet master for later. All right, Dalton. Here we go. We're going to talk about the guy who I really thought he had a crush on Kusanagi with was Togusa.
The revolver.
Mr. Voice of Kion. Which I didn't know that. Well, actually, I did because I thought that's what I thought that voice was. But let's see who.
He's also Kakashi, or no, not Kakashi, Holland from Eruka 7. If it's Crispin Freeman, because
Are you for real?
Yeah. Hold on.
yeah,
I gotta check this out later on.
Believe it or not, Crispin Freeman doesn't do. I really thought he did it in the movie. But I know he does Togusa in the show.
yeah, he's one of my favorite voice actors. I watch I'll watch any anime that has him in it at least once.
If I'm gonna do a voice actor, it would have to have been Steve Bloom.
Do you like the English actors or the Japanese actors?
Depends on how good the dub is.
He has been telling me that the English is way better than any Japanese dub, and I tell him no because there's more emotion in Japanese.
Wait, which one?
Any anime.
Well, I'm not saying all of them. I'm saying like certain ones.
See, I've been watching Blue Exorcist in Japanese,
I
and
can't stand that in Japanese. It just don't seem right. After I've seen it in English.
Yeah, exactly. That's my way.
I mean-
it depends on
I
what
mean-
I see first. If I see Japanese first, then I don't like the English.
If it's something like Ghost in the Shell or Cowboy Bebop, those are like great dubs. I mean, those can't be touched. And sometimes you can argue a little bit of Bleach. Damn Power Ranger.
I love Ichigo, or I love Johnny. He's one of my favorites as well.
get that backpack
And-
up.
You know what's funny? I didn't realize he was actually a
Where'd you
Power
get
Ranger
that?
until I looked it up. I'm like, that dude looks familiar. So I scrolled down.
I've
He's
known
like,
he was a Power
"Look at
Ranger
Green
for like
Ranger."
ever.
Baseball?
I'm like, that's the fucking Black Ranger.
Yeah, I've known he was a Power Ranger for years. It
But
wasn't
this is-
that hard to find out.
No. Now,
But yeah, let's
Dalton
go back
wanted
to
to talk
the.
about. Dalton wanted to talk about Tozuka. Go right ahead.
I just picked out that revolver. I like how he picked power over speed or RPM, rates per minute.
Speaking
just
of that
love that.
revolver, I like how Kusanagi just makes fun of him because he has the revolver.
Yeah,
It's
but
her ass on the line.
she may
Yeah, as
have
for Togusa, he does have a family.
messed something up.
That thing can shoot through a corridor.
No, I wouldn't have guessed it would have been Batou and Kusanagi. I really thought it would have been Tozuka because I didn't even realize he had a family to begin with.
Yeah,
They don't even meet
Togusa's got a family, so
in the
you
show.
actually meet the mother, I think, or the
I know,
wife.
but
in one of the episodes.
in the show they don't tell you that until later on, which is stupid.
He shotgunned to my face. Oh, sorry. Grand Theft Auto.
All right, so TJ, Togusa, what do you like about him?
Same thing as him, but honestly, the way he did his job.
Oh yeah, that's true. All right, now we got. I guess what did I say about Togo? He's not my favorite, but he's cool. He's cool. I guess. I guess y'all put him on that one. Right. Then you got Ishikawa. Where the hell is Saito? I swear he was on there. Anyways, well, I guess they don't mention Saito on this thing. But I guess what do y'all think about him?
Saito. Who was Saito again?
They didn't show him much in the movie, but he's there.
Isn't he the old guy that's over Section 9?
No, that's
oh my God. No, Saito's one of the other guys. Okay, never mind.
Saito, that guy that he was researching everything?
Yeah.
I think Saito. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. I would not want to get in a fight with him because I've seen him fight in the show.
I wonder why they didn't have something on the show that they have in the series.
Why didn't they have their mechs in the show?
Yeah, their mech robot things.
Oh, you mean the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is before that, so they haven't got those yet.
Oh, dang.
Because wasn't the movie made first before the show, the television show?
Yeah, actually it was.
So this is before the Tachikomas.
That's the only reason why we got the show to begin with.
Yeah. The Tachikomas were made after that. They're still kind of new.
Right. But it's weird because like in 1997 they released a game for the movie, and it had I believe it was the Tachikomas in it, unless it's the ones before the Tachikomas.
What would you say to them releasing a new movie about it?
Yeah, I think they're making out a new movie, Arise.
Would you want a new
movie? That's like its own thing. That's not a movie. They are, however, doing a live-action Ghost in the Shell with Rupert Sanders directing it.
So who's doing the live-action? Like, who's producing it?
I don't know who's producing it, but Rupert Sanders is directing it. That's all I know. I don't know who they would get to play, because I'm worried about this because we saw what they done to Dragon Ball.
Yeah, that's why I'm worried too. It depends on who's producing it.
I'm also worried about Bleach and Cowboy Bebop. Well, Bebop I'm not worried about because the creator of Bebop is going to be part of that, so I'm not worried about that. But oh wait, you asked who was going to produce it, right?
Yeah.
From my understanding, they're gonna some of the original people from the original film is gonna do something get involved with this. Let's see, where's it at here? And since we're on the subject, I guess we can go. Yeah, this movie had a cultural impact on a movie called The Matrix.
Are you serious?
Yeah. If it wasn't, the guys from The Matrix have said this. If it wasn't for Ghost in the Shell, The Matrix would not be here.
Makes sense.
And if you think about it, they kind of stole certain scenes from Ghost in the Shell in The Matrix.
Yeah, hooking up to the machines and all. Now that you think about it, yeah.
Remember the scene where it was I believe it was somewhere in the beginning, where Batou is chasing the guy was hacking things through like this grocery area.
Oh yeah, I remember that part.
All right, and there's a scene in Matrix with that same scene. So I'm like, they didn't just get inspiration from this. They downright ripped off Ghost in the Shell. But this movie actually gained American publicity, so yeah, it won winner 1997 award at mentioned for best theatrical feature film and stuff like that. So that movie's a big deal in anime history, just like Akira. Now let's get back to the where's that? Okay, so all right, Ishikawa. What about him?
Now, Ishikawa is the old man, right?
No, the chief is the old man.
Oh, yeah, Chief. I keep getting them confused.
It's funny because
I remember faces, not names.
we know who Batou and Kusanagi is. Those are easy to remember, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And Tokusa. Those are the three you know who they are. And I'm not really a fan of Ishikawa. Where did TJ go?
Oh, he went to go and get him some water.
Oh, all right. Well, what do you think about Ishikawa?
I believe they should have had more of him in the movie.
Because they didn't show that much. I think they showed at least, 2 or 3 scenes of him? I mean, because he became a big part of the series, I believe. And then there's 2 chiefs, so which one is... who are we on? Oh, we are on...
Who? The chief?
Ishikawa.
Oh, Ishikawa.
Yeah.
He does an excellent job, I believe.
I'm going to find out how to pronounce this, the chief's name real quick.
I think they just called him chief.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, but we can't just call him chief because there are like 2 chiefs in this show. So, hell, I want to hear the damn thing being said. It's spelled Aramaki.
Armaki.
Yeah, Chief Armaki. There you go. Well, let's talk about Chief Armaki right there. Probably the coolest old dude ever. Period.
Yeah, he was actually the coolest.
If you had a chance to choose who your, if you were able to choose a anime character as your grandfather, who would it have been?
Definitely Armaki.
I'm sorry to say this, but it wouldn't be Armaki for me. It'd be
wow.
the headmaster from Rosario Vampire, because he looks like a man.
Wow. I still pick Armaki because he's cool. Alright. Then we got the villain, I guess you could say, of the movie, the Puppet Master. This, apparently, what was his code name? Something about... What's that?
0123.
Oh, here it is. Project 2501.
They kept trying to say
I call them Puppet Master. So,
What do you mean?
they were trying to say
Puppet Master,
he was in the bag.
That was the Puppet Master.
why was the Puppet Master a dude chick?
Well, technically, wasn't he a man before all this?
Oh, yeah, that makes more sense.
But
I'm only saying this because they re-released the movie for Blu-ray. For some reason they call it 2.0. And the voice actor is replaced by a voice actress.
So there was no longer a dude?
Which made no sense. Well, it kind of does, because we don't see the original body of the Puppet Master.
No.
We only seen it as the woman. What do y'all think about the Puppet Master? I didn't really care for him that much.
I didn't care for him either.
I really didn't care
with
for
the
him.
whole
But
Puppet Master thing, it was kind of anticlimactic.
Well, I thought
It didn't really do much.
Yeah, the death of him.
Yeah, it just happened. It didn't. Nothing really exciting happened with that.
He just
At least to me, it didn't.
Well, I thought he was very essential to the plot because he, of course, he was the enemy and all that.
I think that.
But he was actually looking for Major Kusanagi because I think he saw her as his salvation and all that.
I think that was one of them. I think his death was supposed to be like one of them scenes where it just makes you go, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. Definitely. I was like, really?
It's
That's
surprising
all?
that. It's surprising that Kusanagi was able to survive and the Puppet Master was not.
No,
Well,
it's not
technically, we
that
don't know if he
didn't
survived or not.
They kind of.
Oh, that's true.
It's not that he didn't survive. It's they merged together. They became
'Cause we
both.
don't. Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Because in the end, she says, "I'm not Major, and I'm not the puppet master." Because they were, because they kind of merged their spirits, I guess.
No, they're called. I believe they're called
Internet
ghosts.
connection? Kind of like Wi-Fi?
Yeah,
or
something
Bluetooth?
like that.
Well, my brother just said they merged their Wi-Fi.
Or Bluetooth or whatever.
Well, Kusanagi and Batou refer to them as ghosts. So,
Yeah, ghosts.
which would make the whole entire sense of it being called Ghost in the Shell. Well, I guess we got characters out of the way. Well, the important ones, that is. Yeah. Okay. So we got animation. So I thought, animation was great. It helped along the lines of other ones like Akira. I'm not sure if Akira came first. It would help. It basically helped for the other ones that came along after the Ghost in the Shell.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my take. But I enjoyed the animation. The animation improved on standalone conflict. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I believe that its best attribute was like the effects, the way they all did the job. Like the voice acting and all was actually very pretty good for every person. And what do you think?
I think it was good, but I noticed it was very hard to point out, but some scenes, their mouth and their words didn't really seem to match up.
Are you talking about when the English one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. I mean, because some other ones when they do English dubbing, it looks like they've reanimated the mouths just for the English voice actors. I don't know, so that's what it looks like to me.
Yeah.
Heather, what do you think?
I liked it all. The animation was good. The voice acting was good. The thing that gets me the most is the music. I'm big into cultural music, like
We'll save
Japanese, all that.
that for the sound.
Yeah, but you asked about the movie, and the music is what I care about when it comes to television shows and stuff. The music's what I noticed.
Oh, I guess we're done with this sound. I guess you've already mentioned sound, so I guess we're going to mention sound. Sometimes I don't really care for soundtracks, but when it comes to something like Cowboy Bebop, Ghost in the Shell, or I don't know, Higurashi or something like that, I just threw that one out there just because.
Higurashi.
I bought the Ghost in the Shell movie soundtrack because I enjoyed the movie and enjoyed the soundtrack. And it's not that bad. I mean, it does sound creepy when you're listening to it, but like, it's just something about it. It just feels crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was thinking about, how when Batou and Major Kusanagi's coming back to the station after the boat and it's doing that little thing.
No, the impression of the day. It didn't work.
Sorry, I didn't know the soundtrack's name. Well, I really thought that had a lot of good emotion in it because, it was actually an ominous thing after Major Kusanagi had heard that in her head, that female voice in her head.
Yeah, apparently it's called Utai. That's apparently what the name of the song is. Well, there's actually 3 versions of that song, so there's one called Making of a Cyborg. Oh, okay, so you're thinking about Utai 2 Ghost City. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna see if that's it or not.
Mhm.
What did
Dalton?
Yeah.
Huh?
What do you think about the soundtrack? Oh, the sound.
The soundtracks, I believe they could have done a little bit more. I believe they shouldn't have done something American, but not something Japanese. I believe they should have went with something European or something. Like Within Temptation or something?
I
Would've
mean,
perfect.
I don't know because like, well, it's more set in Japan than it is, Europe. So
I know, but just her body seemed to set off Japan for me. I mean, European.
by the way, this is the only movie where you'll be able to see a famous anime character's nipples. Just throwing that out there.
What?
I said this is the only movie in history that you will actually get to see a famous anime character's nipples without being a fake or fan art drawing.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Hentai.
Just throwing that out there. Well, I guess we're done with the sound and animation and characters and story. Personal enjoyment. What did you think about the movie overall?
I would give it a 4 or 5-star rating
Why?
because one, the character design. Although I was spoiled by the show before I watched this movie, because like I had seen Motoko and I thought, well, she's gonna look like. I mean, Motoko Kusanagi's gonna look like just like she did in the show. But when I saw how she looked before all that, I was like, oh man, this blows me away. And then I thought that and then you know how you ever pay attention to the intro in the show?
Sometimes. Well,
there's
yeah,
that
I do because I actually enjoyed the song. So,
Well, if you next time you see the intro to the show, look at the little girl that's holding the doll, then squeezes the doll real tight.
wait,
I
you
think
mean the
that's
first intro,
Motoko.
right?
Huh?
You mean the intro to the first season, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That one's all done 3D, so
yeah. And
I think the one holding the
I
doll
just
is.
loved how they had I just loved the beginning, how when Motoko kills that guy, how it's all done out. They had it well planned out. They had a really good voice acting crew. They had a good design crew, and they had a good special effect crew.
I will tell you my favorite line in the entire movie. All right, it's when Kusanagi asks Tosuka if it's not what she says, but it's what he says afterwards. She says, "If you're still alive, get off your ass and arrest those guys." What he says is funny. He's like, "Yes, sir. The action never stops." That's my favorite line.
My favorite line was when Batou and Toga's he says to Toga's hey, by the way, you're gonna need to send her back up. And he was like, wait, send a badass leader that back up?
Yeah, that one was pretty funny too. And Batou's like, "Don't you cut me off." Just because of that was a badass line from Batou. I noticed Batou seems like Kusanagi can't hold it on her own.
Well, he was technically right to do so because the tank was about to rip her ass to shreds.
No, I'm saying like in other situations.
Oh, yeah.
I was
You
wondering.
noticed that, right?
Yeah, I did notice that.
I kind of liked her as a little girl. Why in the series couldn't they keep her little for a little while?
What do you
Because
mean?
the little is kind of a disadvantage, a big disadvantage.
What
And
are you?
you can't do
Hold on.
much when you're little.
Oh, well, I think they had to make her. I think they made her a new body or something. I don't know.
And he's asking why didn't they leave her as the little girl, and that's because she can't
What?
really do much as a little girl.
Well, she could be
Unless-
she could be a cute, adorable little assassin.
Yeah, like the cat off of Shrek.
well, she is already a cute, adorable assassin.
I mean, no, yeah, I know what you're talking about. She's beautiful and all that, but nobody would expect to be killed by a little girl.
By the way, I'm gonna let you on a little secret. If you ever read the manga, she was originally supposed to be a lesbian. I just blew your mind.
Bullshit,
Right?
man.
I just blew your mind right there. Actually, hold on.
Look at me. This is not no bullshit face. Are you bullshitting me?
I'm not bullshitting you, dude.
All right.
Unless she was either she was one or she was going to be one. I can't remember which one. Let me look.
To be honest, I literally did think that she should have been. Be ready for this. I thought she should have been African American in the show, like
Why?
Yoichi. I don't know. She just struck me as that type of person.
Ghetto and strong by herself.
Well, actually,
Not-
if you think about it, she kind of is a lesbian. Because in the TV series, she
Yeah, because when I was watching the show, I noticed whenever she was talking to men, she was like an asshole and everything, which is coming out of her strong point and demeanor. But when she was ever talking to a woman, she was like, "It's all gonna be okay. It's all gonna be okay." You know what I'm talking about?
I completely forgot there was a scene with the ass shot. I forgot all about that. I didn't want to, but now I'm gonna remember about that shot now. Anyway, let's see. What was I was gonna say
Get
something.
your big muscular ass up there.
Shit, I was about to say something. I don't remember what it was now. Heather, you talk while I figure out what I was going to say.
Talk about what?
well,
What
you
I
thought
thought
about-
about the entire show?
Yeah, and give your rating while I figure out what the hell I was going to say.
Okay, it's about a 4 out of 5. I really like the music and the graphics and everything, but the ending was kind of way too anticlimactic. It's just like, this is the end. That's all that happened. Yeah. But other way.
I remember what I was going to say now. Okay.
But other than that, it was really good. Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
So now I remember what I was going to say.
My
All right,
car's
so-
blowing the fuck up.
There was a sequel to this movie, but it really wasn't a sequel, even though they call it Ghost in the Shell 2, Inheritance, or whatever. It had nothing to do with the original plot of that movie, which made no sense to even have a sequel. So, I really thought there would have been an actual sequel to it. But
You're trying to kill yourself.
there was
In number 2, did Major Kusanagi have red hair?
she's always had purple hair. What makes you think she had red hair?
I don't know. I was looking at the art of it at that one point.
No, she's always had purple hair.
Well, she had blue hair in that one.
Oh, in the new one she has blue hair, but... And Ghost in the Shell Arise is basically... It's basically the origin of Section 9.
Yeah. So technically, the first one would have been a prequel.
And that's something we could review later on once they release the final part to it, which is in June, I think. June or July, that's when the new one comes out, and the final part.
The live action.
The final part to the Arise series thing. I think it's supposed to be a 3-parter or something like that.
Huh.
They have part 1 and 2 out. There's a 3rd part coming out. But what I thought about the movie, amazing movie, classic, hands down. I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. There. It's a classic all around, and if you're an anime fan, it's something I definitely recommend you pick up and watch.
Amen to that.
It's up there with those classic movies such as Akira. You can't not put a classic anime movie up there without mentioning that one.
Oh, by the way, did you say for like ones that we should include in the little selection? Did you put Akira in with that? And
I'm actually gonna recommend that other one too.
yeah, I was trying to think of the recommendations. I got them.
Dalton,
Yeah.
your thoughts on this entire movie?
Out of a 5-point scale, I'd give it like a 3.5.
All right, that's right.
The graphics, the storyline I liked. It was just like the music and the ending, it ruined it for me. And I was like, I don't really care if I see it again, but the series I like. The series got me back into it.
But is it a film that you would recommend to anime lovers?
Yeah, I'd recommend it.
Do you see it as a classic?
Yeah.
All right.
It's pretty. Yeah, I like it.
And it's up there with Akira, isn't it?
Yeah,
Have you seen Akira?
yeah. Oh God, get up.
I might have to rewatch that because I was watching it on Toonami and then I fell asleep. So
Likewise.
I found it on YouTube that same night too. So I could rewatch that anytime. So I guess we're gonna give a recommendation. Oh wait, we need to certify this thing. We're gonna certify this section 9. Okay. All right. That's why I'm gonna call it certified section 9. Why not? All right. And we're going to recommend, Akira, obviously. The series, I'm going to call this a sequel to Ghost in the Shell movie. The series Ghost in the Shell standalone complex. Then you got another great anime, Cowboy Bebop and The Big O. Those are the ones I recommend. What about you? Got anything else to add, yo?
And that would be in the same section as that? Or just their anime
I
levels.
thought about if you had anything else to add about the movie.
Huh?
You have anything else to add to the movie?
Nah, I would definitely recommend it though. Bye.
What about you, TJ?
I'd recommend it to a lot of people who would love an anime like that.
Especially especially if you're into like cyborgs and sci-fi and stuff like that.
Yeah, also, there's another one for recommendation. It's not in this type of line, but it has cyborgs in it. But it goes through a little line of stuff. I'd recommend an anime called Appleseed. And I know what you're going to be thinking, like, Appleseed? But it's actually a pretty good anime with cyborgs in it.
It's actually one that I've been wanting to watch.
There was another one.
I had heard it somewhere else, and it's on my very long list of stuff that I'm still watching.
I'd seen it on Netflix, but it's actually a pretty good anime.
And something else. Does one of those characters from I can't remember from either show, but Black Butler and Ghost in the Shell, the movie, was there a same person who had the same voice? Because I swear.
Depends on who you're talking about.
Sebastian?
Yeah, Sebastian. I recognize his voice somewhere in that movie. I can't remember who had it.
Did y'all recognize Sebastian Michaelis' voice in there at all?
I can look.
I don't remember. J. Michael Tatum, the guy who plays Sebastian, he has a good habit of changing his voice, and it's hard for me anyways, to pick out which ones he sounds like.
What's his name again? Because I just had it on Ghost in the Shell.
Sebastian. The voice actor for it is J. Michael Tatum.
Then.
Yeah, my real name is Tatum. So I might be related to this guy.
Yeah, call him out. Let's get some money.
No, I tell him he's my idol.
Yeah, that would be creepy. I'm your uncle. I worship you.
Literally, if I ever met an anime person who was like from my favorite anime, I would literally get on my knees and bow.
Oh, I thought you were going to say
You
something.
need somebody like Stephen Bloom?
Anybody from Rosario Vampire?
You need to bow to Stephen Bloom. He's like considered to be the greatest anime voice actor ever.
Who I really want to meet is the creator of Bleach.
Oh, I have a few choice words for Mr. Tight Kubo over there. Mr. can't make up his fucking mind what he wants to do with the damn series.
I hate it when their head
Like he waits until now to give Ruki a Bankai. You know, that's what we should rant about Tight Kubo. Who wants to do that?
Let's do that after we complete this. I mean, we're still...
Sure, why not? Let's just rant about some people who don't know what they're doing during anime. But that's to be
I thought we were doing the rant tomorrow.
We could do 2 rants, okay?
Okay.
We can build that up. Well, I was fixing to say something else.
There's another rant that we should do tomorrow, and that would be the one about Naruto, because I just learned a few days ago that
Why?
Naruto
Sure, why not?
are dead.
Sure, why not? We could do that one and the one about parents' council thing about attacking Adult Swim's Toonami. So why not?
Wait, what?
All right. It's called the Parents Television Council is attacking not Toonami, but basically Adult Swim from moving up to 9 o'clock to 8 o'clock, and which also recommends that they're targeting Adult Swim. So I mean Toonami.
Why?
Yeah. I don't know, because they're dumb Christian motherfuckers.
I mean, I'm Christian.
Sorry, Heather, if you have some Christian friends, but
I mean, I'm Christian, but I really don't care.
well,
Yeah,
sorry
same
for
here.
offended people.
I stay up to watch Toonami on weekends, and I still go to church on Sundays. Because myself, I am a Christian.
I mean, if I can't watch it that night, I have it recorded.
I mean, I'm saying because their problem is that there's so-called nudity, which in some cases there is, and violence. I'm like, then change the fucking channel. That's all I'm saying.
And plus that blue.
Not only that, I mean, it's not anything we've ever haven't seen before anyway, so why should it matter?
I mean, I guarantee you their kids right now are just watching.
Their kids.
And plus
Their kids are going to end up somehow or another finding something like a Futurama or a Bleach or something, right?
I've always been watching Toonami, but I've never once seen a girl like an anime that had boobage or
boobage,
whatever.
You mean cleavage?
I mean, yeah, there's been cleavage
No,
on Geeky.
boobage is really a word. I've heard it before.
I've never heard the word boobage.
I have.
Wait, what's he called it? Wait, what do you say?
Boobage.
Boobish?
Yeah,
Boobage.
but I've never seen a girl get naked on Toonami. Is what I'm
Well, what the hell?
They do show a bunch of panties.
I don't know if I can count that girl though. I don't know if I can do that because she somewhat was wearing clothes. Is the one character from Dead Man Wonderland?
Am I bad for watching Blue
Oh,
Exorcist? Yeah,
I know exactly who you're talking about. Yeah, it looks like she's not wearing clothes, but that's because her actual clothes are way too tight on her. I don't know her name.
was it silver hair girl?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember her name now.
Yeah, the one that follows the main character around.
Shiro, that's her name. Okay.
Shiro, yeah.
I was sharp. I like.
Is she the one who killed her classmate?
What's her name?
No, she didn't kill his classmate. Something else completely did.
Dead Man Wonderland.
Why ain't Dead Man Wonderland? Why didn't they complete the series on that? That's what pissed me off.
They did.
They completed the manga, but they never finished the anime series.
Yeah.
Which people are complaining about which I think they should, because I was actually at first I wasn't really into Dead Man Wonderland, and then once it started getting good, and it just you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And back to your question about J. Michael Tatum. J. Michael Tatum has not played in Ghost in the Shell at any time.
Oh, damn.
I mean the movie or the series?
Anywhere really.
I could have sworn I heard his voice. I guess not.
By the way, I had to ask this. Who killed the main character's classmates? Was it Shiro or was it the old man?
We can talk about.
It wasn't Shiro.
Wait, hold on.
It wasn't Shiro. It was some other guy.
Well, let's just keep. We're gonna get to that one in this, I guess, in this rant. But for now, we're signing off because we got to do a rant now. This has been the Ghost in the Shell. I almost said 2005. I've been Ghost in the Shell 1995 classic. As what's that catchphrase?
Shot in the head.
I don't know what their catchphrases are, but but if you don't pick up this movie, Section 9 will find your ass and hack you or something like that. I mean, because if you don't want to get hacked, I suggest you follow the rules. Right?
In other words, get the movie or your ass is grass.
Pretty much. So this has been Matt the Misfit.
TJ Help.
Dalton too. Oh shit.
And Heather, I guess, is not saying anything, but just
Oh, I'm Heather. Bye.
I'm
and, and
Sorry.
for
I got
Ruchi,
distracted.
Justin, RJ, I keep saying TJ. I don't know what the fuck I keep doing that. Sit there and Sakura, you missed out on, well, RJ will be here tomorrow. He'll tell us what he thought about the movie. But, like, yeah.
Y'all missed out.
The preceding announcement has been paid for by FullMetalOtaku.